a shadow war intensifies on Israel's northern front. The IDF announces sweeping raids in southern Syria, seizing Iran's covert Unit 840 operatives and foiling arms smuggling from Tehran to the West Bank and Lebanon. Meanwhile, Damascus claims it has crushed a Hezbollah cell near the Golan Heights, uncovering rockets and anti-tank missiles. Two rival crackdowns, Israel and Syria, now collide in a dangerous new phase of the post-Assad battlefield. The IDF said on September 12th that several suspects recently detained by Israeli forces in southern Syria belonged to terror cells linked to Iran's Unit 840, a covert arm of the IRGC's elite Quds Force. The IDF in a statement said that
the members of the terror cells who were nabbed in the series of recent raids had been operating on behalf of Iran's Unit 840, a clandestine unit within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' elite Quds Force, to carry out attacks against Israel.
The IDF said that in March and April, two Unit 840 operatives, Zaidan al-Tawil and Mohammed al-Kuryan, were arrested in Syria. In recent weeks, Israeli forces also detained members of several other terror cells, allegedly directed by IRGC operatives Salah al-Husseini and Mohammed Shwaib, who were killed in Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon in July. According to the military, Husseini and Shwaib were key figures in smuggling weapons from Iran to the West Bank, Lebanon and Syria. The IDF added that the detainees were unaware of whom they were ultimately working for.
The interrogations of the Syrian suspects revealed that not all of them knew whom they were working for, and that their recruitment to work with Unit 840 was in many cases done without revealing the unit's true motives, but rather through financial bribery.
Israel has maintained a military presence in Syria since the collapse of the Bashar al-Assad regime in December 2024. In the aftermath, the IDF seized the demilitarized zone and destroyed much of Assad's military infrastructure in a sweeping bombing campaign. Since then, Israeli forces have established 9 posts in southern Syria, mostly within the UN-patrolled buffer zone. The IDF says ground troops have carried out more than 300 operations in recent months, targeting suspected terror operatives, disrupting enemy entrenchment, and intercepting arms smuggling to Lebanon. On Wednesday, IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir hinted that Israel was behind airstrikes earlier in the week on sites near Homs, Latakia, and Palmyra.
In recent days, we have struck in several arenas simultaneously. In Syria, we thwarted capabilities that posed a threat to our freedom of action.
Meanwhile, Syria has also intensified its crackdown on Iran-backed groups in the country. Damascus said that its forces dismantled a cell affiliated with Lebanon Hezbollah militant group, a key ally of the ousted president Bashar al-Assad. The government's Interior Ministry announced that its operatives have detained a terrorist cell affiliated with the Hezbollah militia operating in the towns of Sasa and Kanaka in the western Damascus countryside. According to Syria's Al-Baraya media, the commander of the internal security forces in the Damascus countryside governorate, Brigadier General Ahmed Al-Dalati, explained.
Specialized units in cooperation with the General Intelligence Service were able to arrest a terrorist cell belonging to the Hezbollah militia that was active. Preliminary investigations showed that the cell members underwent training in military camps in Lebanese territory and were planning to carry out operations inside Syrian territory that threatened national security and stability of citizens.
Dalati was recently moved to command this area of the Damascus countryside after having run security in Swaida province. His role in Swaida oversaw the clashes in July and led to a reshuffle in Syrian security forces. The report quoted Brigadier General Al-Dalati saying,
"The initial investigations revealed that the cell members received training in camps inside Lebanese territory and were planning to carry out operations inside Syrian territory that would threaten the security and stability of citizens. The case has been referred to the relevant authorities for further legal action, while relevant agencies continue to investigate the detainees to uncover their full affiliations and objectives.
According to the Jerusalem Post, Syrian forces confiscated missile launchers, 19 Grad rockets, anti-tank missiles, individual weapons, and large quantities of various types of ammunition. This high-profile arrest of Hezbollah activity is seen as one of the first tangible results of relocating Dalati to the Damascus area. The two towns in question lie roughly 10 miles from the outskirts of Damascus and about 5 miles from the 1974 ceasefire line separating Israeli control on the Golan Heights. Their proximity places them very close to Israel's currently deployed forces operating in the ceasefire zone between Israel and Syria. In July, the IDF twice raided Iranian-linked cells near the Golan. Under Assad's rule, numerous Hezbollah-linked cells had operated in this area as part of the group's so-called Golan File. Syria's new government has intercepted Hezbollah arms shipments, but Israel continues to demand that southern Syria be fully demilitarized. This demand has left Syrian forces weaker in Daraa province and Sweda, both of which sit near the Golan. This weakened state may partly explain Hezbollah's ability to re-establish its presence. Meanwhile, Syria continues to condemn what it calls Israeli violations in Daraa, including IDF troop movements into areas Damascus insists are Syrian territory,